Welcome back everyone to my channel. Thanks so much for being here. I appreciate you. This week I am going back to something I really enjoy, that is working with metallics. This week I decided to work with some Amsterdam and some Folkart. So my Amsterdam colors are gold, silver, and copper, and my Folkart is the blue violet flash, one of my favorites of the color shifting variety in this 4-color puddle pour. And now thinking back on it, if there's one thing I have not done for a pour, it is use Folkart color shift in combination with any Amsterdam acrylic. So this is a first for me. I decided to use the blue violet flash as a complementary color as my darker blue with the copper, silver, and gold. Thinking it may add a bit of a layer of pop to this pour on top of these cool metallics, again by Amsterdam, mixed with half Floetrol, half Artist Loft pouring medium, and just a touch of water for consistency. Okay, now in making my puddles, my intent here was to keep as much copper as the focal point in this pour as possible, appreciating the fact that my little bit of blue violet flash wasn't going to overwhelm this piece, but I wanted the copper to be a bit of a standout color on this pour. So keep that in mind going forward as we move into the swipes and the tilts later on. But I felt this was a really cool little, secondary color as the purple to the rest of those metallics, which look really cool. Now with this pour, I actually found that this part right about here gave me a small little heart attack. That is a skin, a drop of dried paint from a previous pour that was stuck to the bottom of my cup that I had to pick away at to get off my canvas, because I am just so glad it didn't land in the puddle itself to cause a bit of disruption. So I had to take care of that and move on with my puddles. Now, having finished up those puddles, which takes like an hour, do not forget to torch your metallics. They often will come with some bubbles, and which can create some pinholes down the road with your finished product. So with my wrecks and my puddle pours, I usually use the back of a paintbrush for the wrecking or the breaking of my puddles, going into each other color from each other color. So the purple to the silver to the gold to the copper and so on, and moving through very slowly. I find this fairly therapeutic for myself. It is, again, no big hurry, no rhyme or reason, just wanting to get through the entire thing in one fell swoop to get all the way through to the end. Okay, and getting to the end of the breaks, I've got a quick question regarding this particular video. I am curious to know in the comments below if you may have found this video through a direct link, let's say through Facebook, or found me through your homepage on YouTube. I am testing a theory I have come across in the past couple days, and I'm seeing where you guys are coming from. So let me know in the comments below where you found this video and where you're watching from, which country. Let me know. Okay, and getting into this second swipe, first of all, the first swipe was by far my favorite of the two. The blue violet flash by Folkart is by far my favorite color I've used, hands down, bar none. Give it a try one time in your whole life. I promise it won't disappoint. It gives the most pretty lacing and color combinations you could ever dream up. So give it a shot one time. I promise it will not disappoint you. Now, as we move in for these tilts, I did find I was, again, this week a little light on my paint. So I was struggling to determine where the paint should fall off first, knowing I was going to have to stretch this 12 by 24 canvas out quite a bit, much more than I wanted to. So I'm going to, I believe, tilt off the first corner, which is the top right corner to us, as we stare down on this video. and also try not to wreck any lacing or distort any pretty patterns I made off the beginning. Now looking down on this pour, I really wasn't sure initially before I began to do my puddles if this purple would actually work with the rest of the metallic. So I'm very glad and excited of A, how this turned out, but B, how the purple actually left a really nice secondary color to the rest. I love metallics, golds, coppers, silvers, they're just the best. But I feel like this little purple tint is one little thing that could have been missing from previous pours in my experience. So don't be afraid to try new things and test out different color combinations, because sometimes they will surprise you in the coolest way. And as we get into these last two corners of these tilts, I'm curious how many of you may have begun your Christmas shopping and or are finished your Christmas shopping. It is currently mid-November as of time of recording for this video, so let me know below in the comments where you are in your Christmas timeline, we'll call it, and give me some feedback on your Christmas traditions, what you enjoy, what you're looking forward to. What is your favorite part of the Christmas season? So, leading into the finale of this pour, we're just gonna tilt this painting backwards towards the middle. I try to recenter my paints every time before going off a corner, just to kind of ensure that we maintain A, integrity of the lacing, but B, center your paint back where it's supposed to be. With my intention, I wanted that little river of color to be in the middle of the canvas, not off to the side, so I try to tilt back as best I can within reason where it's got to be in my mind anyway. So I am simply going back to the middle before finishing up for the final overhead look. Okay, now as we wrap up this particular pour this week, I'm curious what your thoughts are for A, this color combination, and B, the final product. Let me know in the comments section below. Now, as we go over top of this pour, again, I love the Blue Violet Flash by Folkart. I think the lacing and color combination worked real well. And I kind of like how the purple bleeds into the white lacing as a bit of a contrasting color for the lacing. Now, if you have enjoyed this painting, I would love if you clicked the thumbs up below and consider subscribing to the channel to support this venture of mine. I would appreciate it. And again, leave any comments or feedback in the comments below. And we will, of course, see you again in the next one.